Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
Yep, here we go. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show Podcast.
Oh, yeah, Kevin.
Baby, baby, baby.
Baby, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta, we're doing a sing. Kevin never does sing stuff. Now
Baby, baby.
there you go.
That's great. I'm just playing along.
Sweet velvety shrieking.
Yes. So smooth. So smooth. Got some emails here. Lots of stuff about animals. Very doggy type of week we got going on here. Kim had sent this in. This is a good, helpful tip now that especially we're kind of in the rainy season. You're going to be seeing a lot more of bufo toads, and if you got pets.
They'll try to get in your house, man.
The toads will?
Yeah.
Bufo toads will try to get in your house?
I don't know. I feel like just animals in general, the wild is going to try to get into your house.
Yeah, they have said that with the massive amount of rain we had a couple weeks ago that you were seeing snakes and things like that kind of rushing up. And even yesterday, pulled an 8-foot gator out of the docks down the West Palm Beach waterfront.
Oh, that's that good eating, Cher.
Yeah, right. And normally you don't see them there because it's salt water. But when the fresh water runs into the salt water.
Brackish.
Yeah. Alligators can only handle about a day in the salt water, but with the brackish water, they have a little bit more of a tolerance for it. So you have a more likelihood of seeing even gators down there on the West Palm Beach waterfront in salt water.
To me, when gators are ending up in salt water, I'll give you the brackish because it's both, but when they start ending up in salt water, that is Mother Nature breaking the fucking rules, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Gators are not supposed to be in the ocean, y'all.
Mother Nature doesn't give a shit about the rules because she sent a storm before the June 1st
You're right.
begin date. I mean, it's honestly, I'm like, how is this even fair? I mean, this would be like the Cleveland Cavaliers walking out on the court and realizing the Warriors already have a 10-point lead and they haven't even started the game yet.
She's sending early hurricanes. She's firing up multiple volcanoes.
So it was a hurricane that happened?
Well,
it was a tropical storm.
It was a tropical storm before tropical storm season.
Has that ever happened before? And if it has, is this one of those things where it happens like every 11 years? Or
It's never happened, and it means we're all going to die.
Or typically,
Die.
yeah, does
die.
does it typically mean? Yeah,
We don't know. What the fuck we look like?
You're supposed to lie to me, motherfucker.
We don't know. You could be fine, or you could be dead by Tuesday. We don't know.
This is the part you're like, no, Bird will be all right. That's all you have to say. I would have shut up.
Yeah, and the amount of volcanoes that are going off, too. Hawaii's been having them. Guatemala just got a massive one. They think the death toll is somewhere around 69. My mom had just called me and sent me an email with the info on it. My mom was just there like a week and a half ago.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, just got back from Guatemala.
Was she in the same area as the volcano?
I think she's still trying to figure that out. Obviously, you can imagine it's tough getting communications in and out. One village completely disappeared.
Oh, my gosh. Those poor people.
Yeah, so I haven't had a chance to talk to her yet to find out if it was the same area she was in. But
Volcano is just not freaking fair. I mean, you have no warning, and all of a sudden it's spitting fiery, flaming soup everywhere.
I'll tell you what's not fair. You're sitting watching TV, and all of a sudden, oh shit, sinkhole. That's not fair.
Sinkhole's not fair either.
Mm-hmm.
But at least
you're chilling and watching TV.
I'd much rather deal with a sinkhole than a volcano.
Mother Nature can take you out a million different ways. Lightning. I mean, that's crazy, too.
That is crazy. I mean, we talked to that one guy. He said he's been struck 5 different times, which is amazing. But then I saw this special about people who, because I guess there's a lot of people who have been struck more than once, and they think that once you get struck the first time, there's something radiating off your body that's...
I've heard that it makes it want to hit you again because you're already charged up. It's attracted to you.
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
I hear it's usually when aliens put a probe in your butthole that attracts lightning. It's like a lightning rod. and the lightning will find you. So if you've been hit by lightning, you've got an alien device in your anus.
I mean, I want an alien device. Preferably not in my butthole. I mean,
That's the only place they put them, man.
if they had to
It's the only place they put them.
I like how you're pretending you don't want it in your butt.
I mean, they're from an alien. I mean, they're gonna drill the shit out of you. They really would. Why is it always the butt?
I just think it's the easiest place for them to put something and not do any permanent harm. Like if they put it in your mouth, you're going to choke on it. If they put it in your nose, you can't breathe. I mean, you can put things in your butt and still walk around. People do it all the time.
Depends upon how big it is. If it's the shape of an avocado, maybe not.
Somebody was just telling me about a girl that got into a car accident, and they pulled her from the car accident, and she had a very large dildo in her butt.
Well, that's probably why
That happened from the accident?
I think she was driving around with
She got
that.
rear-ended?
They said she was really cute too. They said she was really cute.
Well,
and
yeah.
I don't know what happened, how she got in the accident, but it was like a really bad, like she flipped her car kind of accident.
So there was this one.
Now, did she flip it because she had a dildo in her ass, or in the course of flipping, a dildo went in her ass?
No, I think the dildo was in her ass before she wrecked.
Well, that's just why you don't, drive with a massive dildo in your ass.
Kevin, I think you'd be surprised. People walking around with shit in their ass.
I think she's right.
People are weird, Kevin.
I swear to you, I was reading this thing about how this couple was playing this game where they were doing butt stuff for the first time, and part of the game was she took one of those anal plugs, and it turned them both on for her to go to work with the anal plug in her butt the entire time. So I think Virginia's right. I think it's happening more than you think, Kev. If you're wondering why a couple salespeople are walking weird, they may have anal beads.
I think that's what it is.
Let's ask them.
But Virginia's right, though. You think everyone's playing the game, just, I'm just going to eat my eggs and go to work. Now, sometimes people have anal plugs in their butthole.
I'm going to eat my eggs and then put a few things in my butt.
Yeah, for some people, that's what's going down.
I hear you. I believe it. My friend was like, this girl was super cute. She looked normal. She didn't look like a weird girl.
Oh,
They couldn't believe the size of the thing they pulled out of her ass.
I mean, the way it looks got nothing to do with it.
You're holding out 2.5 feet in your length.
maybe it was like a foot and a half.
All right, because you were out there it was like a yard. I'm like, good heavens.
Kevin,
it'd be coming out of her mouth.
Pulled a tree trunk out of her ass.
Yeah, get the whole look, they look this way out of your head. That means nothing.
I know. I just assume that people with putting weird stuff up there are weird.
You thought they had a look?
Yeah.
They do not have a look.
I would imagine their eyes are more wide open than the average person.
Well, then you might have something in your butthole, Kevin.
They seem alert.
You got eyes that are beady, big.
I know. I thought beady meant small.
Beady means small.
I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
He probably has something in his butt.
I guess so. It's distracting me.
Turn around, wide eyes.
We need to check your butt.
Who wants to go? Denny? The Suits. He's the rookie. If anyone's got to check butt stuff, it's Suits.
I learned some stuff about dogs and cats and the bufo toad. Kim said, I've worked in the animal world for 20 years. As Jaybird brought awareness today to the bufo frog that Denny's cat got, I just wanted to say that it's very important to rinse the animal's mouth out. But when doing it, make sure you are rinsing side to side as opposed to straight toward the back of the throat. As if you do, the poison from the frog goes into the dog or cat's throat and then right into their system.
Good point.
Mm-hmm. So it's side to side, so it's running out of their mouth, not into the back of their throat.
Side to side. That's a good tip.
Yes. Also got some emails today about the makeup or breakup call that we had here. We had talked to a girl who went away on a business trip, and her boyfriend was watching her dog. Her dog passed while she was gone. And as she came back, she found out he had wrapped the dog in some plastic and just threw it in the dumpster. And she was just like what?
And she got no phone call.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
No, nothing.
Yeah.
That's weird.
So obviously it wasn't sitting well with her, and she was just like, I just don't know if I can or want to be with this guy.
You know who's not sitting well? People with things in their ass.
Yeah, you're right. Emerson said, regarding the man who threw out his girlfriend's dead dog in the dumpster, I think it's a bit harsh to brand the guy dim-witted or heartless. Consider the fact that this is his first time with the pet and his lack of emotional attachment. Had it been a goldfish, would you draw the same conclusions? No, I would not. Is a dog's life above that of a goldfish? I believe it is. I certainly understand the girl's emotional distress, but if this is a good man and he is telling the truth as to what happened, then this is not a breakup offense. I can relate to what he did because there was a time when I did not have an emotional attachment to pets. Growing up, my dogs were kept outside and there wasn't a lot of interaction. When a dog died, we buried it with the same fanfare as flushing a goldfish or a hamster down the toilet. Okay, yeah, but I don't understand your point. Like, this guy didn't bury it. He threw it in a dumpster.
He wrapped it in a garbage bag and threw it in a dumpster. So
Right.
it just feels like very cold. I mean, this is like your family pet.
Yeah, he said, when my last dog passed away, we had her cremated. A far cry from just burying her in the backyard. I don't know about that. I wouldn't say a far cry. I would say that you have a couple options. I would say if you have the means, a couple things. One, you're thinking, do I bury it or do I take it to the vet and have it cremated? And option 3, animal services. That's where, for me, when I said dim-witted, I'm like, I think that would be the natural, intelligent person's thought rationale to go with one of those 3 options. I wouldn't think chucking it in a dumpster that size of an animal because you understand decay and smell. And not only is it rude to your girlfriend and I believe to the dog, but also anyone who goes by that dumpster is going to have a horrific smell by the time they get there.
It's a great point. Why couldn't he do a little simple burial?
Well, and there was another email, I think it was this one, about location. This one is from Joe. It says, what else is this guy going to do with a dog? I mean, really, what are some other options that he could do with a dead dog? Okay, so let's think about it. The dog's outside. Oh, my God. My God. What's he going to do? Well, he doesn't have any 1,000-count Egyptian cotton sheets. Oh, but wait. Oh, what's this? Oh, I can use this. It's a plastic bag. Yeah, so we put some in the plastic bag, and then he's like, oh, what am I going to do with them now? Oh, well, I'll bury him. Oh, no, that's not going to work. I don't have any effing yard because I'm in an apartment. Okay, well, I can put them in the car. While, no, I can't do that. That's going to stink up the whole car, and where would I take them if I did get them in the car? Drop them off somewhere on the side of the road, maybe bury them, as in the element, in the woods? Yeah, that could have worked. That maybe he should have did that. But what's the difference of the animal shelter coming to get them and throwing him away as well? Because I know they don't put the dogs in coffins. F no, they don't. Y'all better get a life if you think that they're effing Perry and dogs accordingly. But anyway, he did. By the way, there's no period yet. This is one sentence.
Who wrote this?
Anyway, he did the best thing that anybody could have did. I mean, he didn't want to tell her rightfully, but he did end up telling her that, yeah, the dog. And I threw him away in the dumpster.
All right, we get it. Jeez, I can't even follow.
So anyway, that's the person saying don't call him dim-witted.
Sincerely, a guy who's thrown away a dog in a dumpster before. Sounds like he's done it
And
too.
who very well probably is dim-witted.
I stand by original assessments from the call this morning.
Yeah, totally.
I do too. These poorly written emails with no punctuation have yet to sway me.
Yes.
I'm going to go with my gut.
You lose the power of persuasion when there's no period present in a 1,000-word essay.
Come on. You're not doing any justification for your argument when you look that dim-witted.
You will lose the audience.
So the phrase dim-witted had ruffled some feathers, apparently.
It did, but I stand by that. I really think that in certain situations and circumstances in life, that anyone with any kind of experience that you would say, okay, they are a little educated in the ways of the world, would say, I have a couple processes here that somebody would say, yes, you wouldn't condemn a person if they went and buried the dog if they had a rightful place to do it, if it was buried in the proper place. And with a little bit of intelligence and common sense, I would think you'd be able to find that place and know how deep to dig it and where to put it. I would not shame a person for that. I would think you would assume, well, there's probably a vet hospital or someplace I could just simply look online or on my phone, whatever, and find a place. Or I could call someone there and say, hey, look, I unfortunately have a dog that is dead. first call should be to your girlfriend to say, unfortunately, your dog has passed away.
Thank you.
That's logical thought process 1. Logical thought process 2, find out what you'd like to do with it. Call the vet. I mean, there's just so many misses here that, yes, I don't feel like retracting the word dim-witted that I used with him earlier.
The more I think about it, maybe he's not dim-witted so much as he killed the dog. I mean, it sounds like a cover-up job to me, and maybe he's just trying to come off as dim-witted so he's not diabolical. I think he's a dog killer.
One of my friends that was listening to the show said the same thing. He goes, I don't know, man. This guy sounds like a dog murderer. I'm like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, there could be that in there, and that's why I said there's a couple options that you could be looking at here.
But none of them are good.
Yeah, no, exactly. That was it. Yeah, I don't see what is the explanation he could say as to why he chose this course of action of wrapping the dog in plastic, chucking it in a dumpster without any kind of like word to her. And then she comes home and it's like, oh, hey, by the way, if you want to say goodbye to your dog, he's in the dumpster.
And now that is at the garbage lot or wherever, or the dump.
Yeah.
Because they probably picked up the dog and took it before she got back.
The garbage lot, I think, is good.
Thumbelina had this story. In fact, probably be better off having her pretty much tell it, but we're talking about holding the door for somebody.
Thumbs!
And you're talking about holding the door for people and asking if chivalry was dead. I personally hold the door for anyone who is not at an awkward distance from the door, so I'm not there holding the door for more than a few seconds. And you're right. If you've ever committed to holding the door for somebody, I've done that before where somebody was probably double the distance of what they should have been, and then right after I committed to holding the door, I realized they were moving half the speed of most humans. After about the third minute, you're like, oh my gosh. And then the people inside are looking at you going, hey, you're letting out all the cold air, asshole. And you're like, oh,
it is really easy to do in this building. Holding a door for somebody too long, you're completely right. It's a very uncomfortable feeling.
Yeah. Or if you ever held the door for the person, you didn't realize they were on the phone, and then all of a sudden they just stop and start talking, and they're like, pause, you're like, oh, okay. And you try to play it off.
I'm just trying to fix this door over here.
But you're saying one time somebody held the door for you.
Yes, I was a teenager at the time. It's one of those strip malls. It was a clothing store, in a smaller clothing store, and my hands are full on the way out the door. And as I'm walking out the door, there's another guy. He's a little older than me. He looked like maybe his early 20s. He opens the door for me because he sees me through the window and my hands are full.
I love that. When you see somebody who's struggling, they've got a bunch of stuff, I don't care how long you have to wait. You should hold the door for them, especially if it's like a mom with kids or a stroller. Like, you stop and you wait and you hold the door if it takes 30, 45 seconds.
Delivery people, anybody with full hands, I always try and help them.
Yes.
But this guy opened the door for me, and I was like, oh, thank you so much. And I had my hands full, and he's like, you're very welcome. And I walk outside, and I'm jumbling around in my stuff, putting my stuff in my purse, putting things away, and I see this guy comes flying out the door, the same guy that held the door, comes flying out the door, runs across the parking lot, gets in the car, and drives away. I'm like, that was weird. Okay. And then I hear people yelling inside the store. And the cops come, and I guess later on that night, there's an actual video of the surveillance from when it happened in the store. In the surveillance, you see me walk out. You see the guy walk in. He held the door for me. He walked in, pointed a gun at the cashier, pointed a gun at everybody's face who I was standing in line next to.
Oh, my God.
He pointed a gun at everyone, robbed everybody of their money, robbed the store of their money, and ran out. I missed getting robbed by seconds.
Wow.
And the guy who robbed the store held the door for me. And I was like,
So nice to know that.
how the hell do I think about this?
He's a sweetheart.
I was very conflicted. I was like,
right.
Well, then is it a good person to hold the door for you?
He was an asshole to everybody else.
He was good to
me,
you.
So, yeah.
How do I take this? So it's very weird.
It's all perspective.
Not just good people hold doors. Bad people can hold a door open too.
That is true. I once held the door at my girlfriend's consignment shop. I didn't realize, but I was coming in, and 3 shoplifters were running out at my girlfriend Liz's consignment shop. They were chasing the shoplifters, and I saw people coming towards the door. I'm like, oh, let me hold it for these people. So I held the door as the shoplifters ran out and got in their car easily.
Can you imagine, like, going to the bank, you hold the door open for the person in the bank, and the guy robs the bank, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh
Right.
my God, I let him in. Like, you feel like you're partially responsible for it.
You
Yeah,
do.
You held the door for the robbers, Virginia? You
So nice of you.
And my girlfriend has a bunch of cameras, so she has it on video and she plays it for people all the time. Look, this is when Virginia helped the shoplifters.
That's
I
Come
think
on
she-
out. Oh,
I
you
think
got your
she-
hands full. You got a lot of good stuff here.
She put it on her social media at
That's
one
pretty
point.
awesome. You
What are you
should.
gonna do? I was just trying to be polite.
Yeah, it's a crazy story. Thank you very much, Thumbelina. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I got a question here from Dom. Said, "Hey Kev, what is the name of the baseball game that you can't beat your son at?" Love the story.
It is called, I'll pull it up right now. It's Showdown. MLB Showdown
Okay, yeah.
2018. Canada, he had 17, and he's
Yeah.
got 18 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've been talking to him about it for a minute.
Okay, yeah, he loves it.
It's such a good game because, okay, for example, Virginia, Kevin can start off in the farm league system as an 18-year-old. You have to work your way up through playing in the minor leagues, and then you get to the major leagues, and you have a full-on career. It's very accurate. It can make Kevin look just like Kevin. It actually will even say, now batting, Kevin Ralston. You hear that.
Oh, that's cool, yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah, that is cool. Yeah, I saw he has like his, he has Ralston on the back of the jersey.
That's
and-
great.
Yeah.
Every time I hear Jason Pennington, I'm like, yeah, I'm in the big leagues.
I made it.
Yeah, what? How sad
Looks
is that?
like I made it.
Yeah, this whole fantasy world you guys have to create for yourself is really kind of pathetic.
It really is.
Go out and live your life, bro.
Well, you do, but sometimes you're at home. You want to make sure. When you go out in life, Virginia, you live it. That's when I lose. At least when when I go at home, I can control it a bit. I dominate.
Yeah. Let me see. Got this from Noelle. She said, "Hey, Kev, hope you would consider bringing back Jason misquotes out of retirement. Give us a feel-good Friday by replaying Jaybird's Sandy Duncan Jr. and David Koresh gems from this morning's Roseanne segment. They were absolutely priceless and had me chuckling all morning. Also, can you give us an update on Denny's wedding? When do he and Jen leave? When is the actual ceremony? Will they go on a honeymoon? Will he stick it in the butt? When will they be coming back? We want to send all of our best wishes to the two of them and think of them on their very special day."
Denny's? Mm-hmm. I can't answer the butt question for you.
Get your ass in here, dead man walking. I mean, he is hours away from getting married.
Green Mile. Denny's walking the Green Mile.
Yeah, it's about to go down. All right. Mr. Groom is in here. Yes.
Hello, groom.
How's it going?
When do you and Jen leave?
We're leaving Thursday, so she's already taken off. She's flying out to New York to get some of the things prepared, and then I'll be flying out Thursday after the show. Mm-hmm. We have a replay show on Friday.
Okay.
And then I'll be out that next week until Thursday. I get back Thursday evening, and then I'll be back for Friday's show. But we get married on the 10th, Sunday. So we got Friday, Saturday to get all our stuff together.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you nervous?
Standard jitters, I guess you could say, for any big moment in your life. But for the most part, nah, I'm not too nervous.
You got a good girl.
Yeah, and I'm excited, so it's not necessarily nerves. They're a different type of nerves.
Sure.
Will there be a honeymoon?
There will be, and following the wedding immediately after, in fact. So we're going to go back to her mom's house for, they got like a tent and food and catered, and we're going to all kind of party there for a little bit. The next morning, we're waking up early and jumping on a train. We're taking a 6.5-hour train ride up to Niagara, Canada.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right there, right at the border of New York and Canada. So
Oh, wow.
we're going to be up there for the honeymoon. It should be a lot of fun.
Niagara is very romantic.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
romantic. That's where Jim and Pam went for,
I know,
on
it's
The
true.
Office.
We'll probably run around through a few of the things they did on the Office episode as well.
And just a random question: will you be putting it in the butt?
I don't know if you can when she's a married woman, or I guess it's very indecent of her.
You don't do that to your wife, Kevin.
Yeah, no, that's
You do it to your girlfriend or your hooker.
your side piece.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
Show some respect,
All right.
Ralston.
Okay. All right. It's good to know. Yeah, somebody sent in a text message. They said, accidentally backdoored my neighbor's cat a few weeks ago.
Oh.
I thought it was a stray, and I had to bag it up and dumpster it.
Oh.
Worst part is, I heard the family wandering the neighborhood the next day calling out for Mr. Whiskers.
Oh.
I figured it's best that the cat just got lost.
Oh, my God.
You know what?
That is heavy.
It is
That is
best.
heavy.
It is best that the cat just got lost for the children.
But do you
in that
tell them-
case, yeah, that's where you're talking about. Like,
when's he coming home? He'll still be coming home one day, right? If you have the finality of it, at least you know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I don't know either.
I mean, do you want your kid always looking at the window? Is that Whiskers? Or Whiskers is in heaven?
Maybe you could do like they would Jinxie Cat and get a cat that kind of looked like Whiskers.
A replica.
A replica.
But you won't have to go and tell your neighbor and be like, hey, I'm so sorry I backed over your cat.
You couldn't.
I don't think you can because then you're always going to be the cat murderer.
You can't do it. And I know you got to be honest in this world. This is one of those times I think it's best to not say anything.
I agree.
Nikki said, hey, I know how radio stations make money from advertisements, but I was just curious about the on-air talent. I met up with y'all at the remote, and I heard you guys were talking about only getting paid, as Virginia said, a little too loud because she had a couple of drinks in her until a certain time.
Virginia, keep that shit under wraps.
I get paid till 9.
Yeah.
Guess what? 9:01. I'm hitting the door.
When you do a remote, do you get paid by the venue or the radio station via the venue? How does that work? Yeah, it's right. It's the venue to the radio station to us.
Virginia bitching about her money over there.
You stop paying me at 9. Guess what? At 9, I start looking.
I can totally hear her too after a couple of drinks. I don't get paid after 9. I can totally hear her.
I'm on my time now. I need to get out of here so I can start acting like an asshole.
Also, when you do the commercials,
I can't act like an asshole in Blue Martini.
Brayman for Virginia, Lynn for Kevin, Sleep Number for all you. Do you get those products or services for free? If so, do they also have to pay the station for you to do the commercial? So the advertiser not only plunks down free stuff for you, but then has to pay to have you talk about it in the commercial. Again, how does that work? Yeah, it depends service to service, like, depending upon what the value of the service is. Like for Sleep Number, it had to do the commercials to pay off the bed, for instance, for that one.
But then once your bed is paid off, you get paid
the commercial
money, which we're all well past paying off the beds. It's probably almost time for me to get a new bed.
I do need a new bed.
Yeah, so it just really depends upon the value of the product you're doing the exchange for. But yeah, typically you will get an exchange for it and then get paid to do the commercials.
But with my Brayman, they pay me to do their commercials and I pay them for a car. We don't have a deal where it's like, oh, I get a free car.
Yeah.
That would be great.
No,
But
no doubt.
that is not how it's happening. But with other advertisers, it's just a case-by-case basis if how they want to set up their deal.
Yeah, so butt chicken and seafood for me, I get paid just in chicken fingers per week.
Ooh.
No, I'm just kidding.
Brilliant.
I did have a sales guy ask me if I wanted back when we were at Wild. So they don't have money to pay you, but what they do have is you can get free tacos on Monday and Wednesday for the next month. I'm like, fuck you. Go fuck yourself.
But it's only from 6 to 7.
Yeah, it was the worst deal.
And limit 2.
Yeah, all you gotta do is just blow them on the air and be like, fuck, what the fuck? No.
Smart advertisers know that if you're happy, though, you'll be happier when you're talking about their product. So a lot of them do want to give you better than 1 hour of free tacos. So you'll come into it with a positive attitude. I'm sorry, 1 hour of tacos would not make this girl smile.
And also, I'd been getting some texts and some messages here from a listener that is dealing with mold poisoning, and they're wanting to know
that's what got Brittany Murphy. Brittany Murphy's no longer with us because of mold poisoning.
Really, toxic mold poisoning.
Toxic mold.
Yeah.
You sure that it was mold?
The results were inconclusive, but the formal autopsy after, I think it showed that her and her man both died from the same thing. I think he died too.
Wow. Yeah, toxic mold poisoning. Do you have a doctor that specializes in this?
Don't go to Brittany's doctor.
Yeah. So if anybody does know, you can send us an email on that or hit us up.
But go to the emergency room. I mean, find the best trauma hospital in your area, which is St. Mary's in Palm Beach County. Go there and say, I have toxic mold poisoning. And they should be able to get you to the right place. And if they can't, keep going to trauma hospitals until you get an answer. Oh, that sounds like serious stuff.
Yep. There you go. All righty, well, that's going to do it for us.
It's over.
We end on a mold note.
I feel like we got at least a good 7 mins left.
You feel like it, huh?
Jay Bird can't turn right because he pulled his neck muscle during Master Debater, so he keeps doing this. I feel like we got at least 7 minutes left in me.
I thought I was being natural. I guess I'm not.
You look like you're on some kind of pulley system
Oh,
where your neck is connected to your ankles
It's tough,
and
man.
everything has to turn.
I'm at a point in my life where talking's taking me out.
It's a tough stage to be in. All right, you guys have an amazing day. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.